I'm joined now by the chairman of the Republican National Committee, Reince Priebus. Chairman Priebus, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Good morning.
Let me start with
Thank you.
Your Republican frontrunner continually calling the process that you're overseeing rigged. How do you tell Republican voters you are running a fair process when the frontrunner is calling what you're doing rigged?
Well, I'm not, look, I don't know what the motivation is. There's really nothing that's rigged or being changed or altered. These are the same rules that were in place basically for over a century. But at the very least, there's no way around the fact that all of these states submitted their delegate allocation plans by October 1st of 2015, and not a single thing has changed about it. These conventions that people talk about, number one, it's not common, but a few states out west use a convention system where delegates start competing at the county level a month ago, and they go through the county, the precinct, the congressional district, and a state convention, and the candidates participate the whole way through, and no one was complaining except for when it was all over. And look, every state is different, and you can reform the system. I mean, look, this has been an ongoing debate,
right,
but you have to go state by state by state. It's a pretty extraordinary task.
How concerned are you when Donald Trump says the RNC better be prepared for a rough July? And are you concerned about reports of threats being made to delegates? What do you say to any campaign doing that?
Well, sure. I mean, look, there's no room for threatening the delegates or the convention or anybody that would be going to our national convention. But I also think some of this is rhetoric and hyperbole, and the truth is that the delegates themselves are the ones that write the rules for the convention. The RNC doesn't write any rules. The RNC has basically an administrative role at the convention. It's by majority rule the delegates can run the convention. So it's on them to decide what they want to do about a lot of these issues, not us.
Who's picking this nominee, the voters or the delegates?
I think it's a combination, but it's empowered by the voters. So the voters empower the delegates, but ultimately the delegates, who in most cases are bound by the outcome of caucuses and primaries and conventions, make the decisions at the convention. Think about this. I think we lose sight of what the word convention means. It's not a 4-day party. A convention, in its legal sense, is the members of the party coming together every 4 years to write the rules of the party, to elect officers of our party, and a nominee. It has a legal value. It's no different than when, it's the Boy Scouts have a national convention. They do similar things, and that's what's happening. But the media never covers the fact that we actually do a lot of business at the convention, but now everyone's interested in the business of a national convention.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, look, we just have a brand new NBC Wall Street Journal poll out. Among Republican voters, we asked this simple question: who should be the winner? Should it be the candidate with the most primary votes, regardless of whether it's a majority, or the candidate who is the choice of the delegates? By 2-1, Chairman Priebus, Republican voters say it's got to be the one who has the most primary votes, and that's going to be Donald Trump by a lot. What do you tell those voters if it's not Trump?
Well, look, if Donald Trump, if he was winning the majority of votes, he'd likely have the majority of delegates, but that's not actually what's happening. He's winning a plurality of votes, and he has a plurality of delegates, and under the rules and under the concept of this country, a majority rules on everything. Majority rules on the Electoral College, majority rules at the DNC, the RNC, and I don't know too many places where majority doesn't rule. And I would suppose that if people were asked a question like that, it makes sense, but it doesn't. It only tells you half the story.
Very quick, Chairman. Very quick. I've got a couple of campaigns that are worried you're going to allow Trump to bully you. What do you say to that? They bully you and cave to his demands.
No, listen, the rules are set. I've been pretty clear. I think I've done more TV in the last 2 weeks than I have in 2 years, and it's because I'm not going to allow anyone to rewrite the rules of our party.
All right. Chairman Priebus, thanks for coming on Meet the Press this morning. Good to see you.